drive the Mahindra Thar and travel to Sakleshpur to participate in Great Escape. And in face-to-face, we meet Mr. Eberhard Kern, the MD and CEO of Mercedes-Benz India. In living together, we continue to live with the Honda Amaze. And on the road, we drive the Fiat Linea to Murud, Zanjira.
Let's face it, most of us at one time or the other wanted to own a Jeep. But Jeeps are impractical, they said. I tell you, Jeeps are macho, Jeeps are sexy. And owning a Jeep, it's like being in love. Sometimes it's inconvenient, but most of the time, it's fun. One of the companies in India that can actually be rebranded as the Jeep of India is this, Mahindra & Mahindra. Over the last 60 years, they have been in the business of making and assembling utility vehicles and Jeeps. And it is their last product actually which has got me quite interested, the Thar. Thar is what Jeep dreams are made of. Tough, rugged, with a commanding presence. The Thar also solves some of the impracticality issues that the concept of Jeep brings along with it. Inside, the Thar has become more car-like. The addition of features like air conditioning, power steering has made it much more user-friendly. But at the same time, it retains the characteristics of a basic Jeep. And that's exactly where its appeal lies. What I am driving right now is the basic Thar. This is powered by the 2.5-litre CRD engine and costs Rs 7.21 lakhs ex-showroom in Delhi. But the company offers a whole range of customized packages. And after you have picked and chosen what you want in the car, this is what your personalized Thar might look like.
The Thar was launched in 2010 with the aim of bridging the gap between a typical off-roader and a sedan. While in terms of design, it remained a vehicle which can go anywhere, but it was also designed to offer some creature comforts to appeal to those who were used to sedans. The result was a vehicle which, armed with a four-wheel drive, was an essential terrain buster, but at the same time could be parked in a respectable neighborhood in the company of sedans.
Mahindra & Mahindra has been doing this event for many years. It's called the Great Escape. It's a great customer engagement event where the customers come with their cars, their families and drive on a pre-designated route. And along the way, they have a lot of fun. They go through slush, mud and sometimes even desert sand. Today I'm going to drive this Thar and see what it's made of really.
Mahindra & Mahindra started this unique customer bonding program in 1996 and called it the Great Escape. The concept was simple. Customers brought in their Mahindra vehicles to participate in a company-organized day-long drive in different parts of the country. Simple enough concept, but the catch was that they didn't drive only on tarmac. The customers got an opportunity to put their vehicles to a test as they drove through different off-road situations. This event also helped the customers to fully explore the potential of their Mahindra vehicles and also enhance their off-roading skills. And it ended up as great fun for most Mahindra owners. The tradition has continued, and today in Sakleshpur in Karnataka, you have one of the biggest jamboree of Mahindra Jeeps driven by their owners. The course Mahindra has set, and this in fact is one of the best ways to enjoy the monsoons. Wade into the water in open-top machines.
Time to get the wheels dirty and put on the four-wheel drive. The Thar is powered by the 2.5-litre common rail diesel from the Mahindra stable. and it churns out 247 Newton meters of torque and 105 brake horsepower. And the openness of the cabin ensures that you hear the engine loud and clear. And this just adds to the grunt of driving this. The 4x4 here ensures that actually you can drive through any terrain. Can you? We will find out.
Yes, she has made it. The brute power of the engine helps, and so does the high ground clearance of 200mm. And above all, the mighty 4x4. Nothing really deters the Thar. Water, mud, rocks, steep gradients, or even the wet, slushy off-road tracks. The Thar acquits itself quite well, and I'm impressed with its capabilities. Yes, she is possibly the only true off-roader in India which you can dare to venture out with. The bare body structure ensures minimum damage to the paintwork, and the absence of high-end electronics and gizmos are a blessing in disguise, as there are lesser chances of damaging anything and being saddled with a huge repair bill. Yes, the Thar is as close to a Jeep as you're going to get, at least for the present. As the convoy of 70 Jeeps and their participants wind their way through the beautiful lush green and winding hills of Sakleshpur, it was off-roading at its best. The Jeeps made their way where none existed. Beds of rock, big yawning ditches and tall grass with thick foliage were their constant companions through the day. But this did not dampen their spirits at all. Most were out to enjoy a drive where it could have been difficult to come on their own. The presence of a large number of fellow Jeep owners, the assurance of help at hand ensured that most had fun on their minds as they went through what at times was a rather challenging terrain.
The Great Escape in Sakleshpur is well on its way, and there is a traffic jam on these beautiful hills as the Jeeps slowly but surely negotiate these turns and make their way up the hills.
And the challenges grew as the day progressed. Big muddy water puddles added to the fun, and eventually it was the power of the winch which had to rescue the more adventurous. And at times, even the winch failed, so double winch was called for, and even the local trees were put into the rescue act. After a battle between the winch, or should we call it the double winch, the mud slush finally had to give in, and another Mahindra was rescued and on its way. End of the day, there were no losers, only winners who had great fun doing what they always wanted to. Play in the rain-soaked, offbeat tracks with their favorite machines and make a day out of it, which they will cherish for a long time. This is one fun event that everybody loves to come to, and one great reason to own a Mahindra, even if you have another dozen not to own one.
So what do I think of the Thar after going through both the rough and the smooth? She looks good, she's tough, she's rugged, and she's armed with a 4x4. And under the bonnet is an engine which churns out enough grunt to take you out of the most difficult off-road situations. And you can personalize it because there are a lot of customization options available. That's the good part. The bad part is that she's still too basic. If you're looking for refinement, you're not going to find it in this car. But at that price, it's not really a bad option.
We started the year 2013 as the year of offensive of Mercedes-Benz in India, and this offensive is based on 4 pillars. The first pillar is our product portfolio. We introduced now already 6 new products in this year to the Indian market. It started with the G63 AMG in the beginning of the year. We continued with the new GL, the top luxury SUV of Mercedes-Benz, and I'm very proud that we just a few days back started the local production of this Mercedes-Benz GL. Then we talked already about the new A-Class, we introduced the B-Class diesel, and very important, our volume seller in India, we introduced the new E-Class to the Indian market. So the product offensive is in full speed, and there is more to expect in the next months. Yeah, the second pillar is our dealer network. We are expanding the dealer network. 10 new dealers will join the Mercedes-Benz net in this year, and not only in the metro regions, as well in the Tier 2 and in the Tier 3 cities. We are as well on the way to upgrade our dealer network. It's all about getting even higher quality into everything what is related to customers. The third pillar is the total cost of ownership. Of course, Mercedes-Benz is a luxury product. So looking at the financing, the leasing offers, we created the insurance offers, looking at the long warranty, 3 years without mileage limitations. Looking at the roadside assistance of Mercedes-Benz, what is as well for 3 years and all over India, no white spot. Having the fact that we created a number of service products, what we call Star Care and Star Ease. So given all that, together with the high residual values of a Mercedes-Benz in a market, so there are really very competitive total cost of ownerships. Fourth and the last pillar is the fascination of the brand. The aim is to bring the brand of Mercedes-Benz even closer to our customers, or to the potential customers what are not yet our customers but think about the luxury car. Mercedes-Benz was a kind of pioneering the luxury car business in India. We were the first luxury car maker who produced cars in India, and now we have a world-class facility over there in Chakan near Pune. The new factory is just 4 years old, and we are expanding at the moment. We double the capacity to get future ready. Today we see 2 customer groups, 2 main customer groups. The one group are already luxury car buyers who go for a second or a third car. This is one very important group, of course. But there is another group as important, young professionals with good salaries who go for their first luxury car. Those customers are interested in good financing solutions, in packaged solutions, and here I'm quite happy that Mercedes-Benz offers very competitive cost of ownership, and this helps very much for these upgrading customers to finally make it to the first Mercedes-Benz car. We have quite an ambitious team. We would like to create the best offer for a Mercedes-Benz customer in India. Of course there is competition. It's a situation we face everywhere in the world. It's all about value for money. Mercedes-Benz is never the cheapest luxury brand around, but it's the brand offering the highest value for money.
Moving on from favorable first look impressions, it's time to really get to know the Amaze. Now when you're living together like we are, it becomes important to get under the skin to find out what really makes the other one tick. We have to keep one thing in mind, that this is not a performance sedan and is actually an econo commuter, which means that it's a small family car on the outside with big space on the inside, but designed to give you maximum fuel efficiency. But you really don't need to rev it up all the way to the top because the peak torque comes in quite early. Just keep it below the 2500 RPM mark and things should be just fine. From the word go, there's enough and more torque, 200 Newton meters to be precise, available low down in the rev range. Now that allows us to accelerate really quickly without having to rev the engine to higher RPM. Three-spoke steering wheel feels pretty meaty and just offers the right amount of grip for your hands. That apart, the steering itself is pretty light and it becomes very easy to point the car in any direction, especially at low speeds, which again help in parking and maneuvering the car in tight, city-type driving conditions. The gear stick itself is the traditional Honda golf ball, with the gearbox again being typical of Honda. Short with precise quick shifts, which actually makes driving the Amaze child's play. So let's go and play. And playing with the Amaze is fun. Although the ride is quite soft and the suspension absorbs most of the bumps, it's good to see that the handling isn't really compromised. Tires offer low rolling friction, which aids in achieving maximum efficiency, and we did manage to get an average of around 19 kilometers per litre in city driving conditions, which is really good for a car in this segment.
It's a lovely rainy morning. I'm heading out of Mumbai and on my way to 3 beautiful destinations. I'm going to get to spend some time on a beach. I'm going to visit a historic fort. You know, one of those rare ones that's actually in the sea. Sort of like a gigantic island living and breathing and deterring the enemy from entering this part of the country. I'm also going to visit a charming village, spend some time with the locals and hopefully enjoy a nice catch for dinner. Have you figured out where I'm going yet? Murud, Zanjira and Kashid, yeah? I've left pretty early this morning and it should take me about 4 to 5 hours to reach. So hopefully for lunch, I'm going to be sitting on the beach. I'm driving the Fiat Linea multi-jet 1.3 litre diesel and the drive's been really enjoyable so far. I love the grip on the road. Easy handling, lots of power, great to overtake other cars with. It's a great car for the highway. I also love my music. Great sound system through the radio, CD and through the USB. You can't be on a great drive without some great tunes, right?
The route to Murud is through the quaint little town of Pain after you leave the main highway beyond Panvel. It's a very scenic road and made more so by the monsoon rains. The lush greenery and small water bodies make it extremely charming. I've stopped at an eatery for a small break.
I'm almost halfway through my journey and thought I'd stop for a quick break. Lots of dhabas and resorts like this along the way where you can enjoy a quick but comfortable snack. The Fiat Linea is not only a great drive and spacious inside, but as you can see, the trunk packs in quite a bit too. In fact, you could fit in a lot more than you would need for a weekend getaway.
The Fiat Linea has been a pleasure to drive and the highway so far has been smooth with little traffic. Leaving early really helped. Kashid is pretty much the perfect destination for a weekend getaway. If you're looking at absolutely doing nothing, then this is the place to do just that. All you have to do is lie on the beach and enjoy the view of the casuarina trees or the never-ending sea. If you're looking for a peaceful holiday, it can't get better than this. The monsoons is not really a touristy time, so it's almost like having my own private beach on the shores of the Arabian Sea. During the off-season, I can enjoy some solitude, free from the maddening crowd of the big city. With its white sand, Kashid is without a doubt one of the nicest beaches around Mumbai. This is the small town of Murud, which draws tourists mostly because they want to get away from the hustle and bustle of a busy metro life. Here, you can laze on the beach, go for a quiet walk in the hills, or just wander around. This is mainly a fisherman's village. The fishermen here are out early in the morning, and it's a beautiful sight to see the fishing boats and trawlers floating on the water as the day dawns. But now, it's time to visit a part of history, the Zanjira fort, which is right next door.
What a spectacular view. The Murud Zanjira fort dates back to the 15th century and is one of the few surviving marine forts in India. One of the most interesting historical facts is that despite its checkered history, it was never defeated by the Dutch, the Marathas, or the English.
I'm nearing the end of a wonderful day and I'm just reflecting on what a beautiful journey it's been with my travel companion, my Fiat Linea, as well as the destinations we've chosen today, Kashid and Murud Zanjira. If you come down here, then accommodation isn't a problem at all. There's a varied choice between budget and luxury, and food is no problem either. Once you get here, there is no way you can't enjoy a beautiful view like the majestic fort. See you next time.